The Short and Cursed Tale of Argo. Argo was a red dragonborn. He never traveled or had any adventures. He stayed close to his home his entire life and didn't do much. He lived one of those lives that, if flashed before your eyes, you'd die of boredom instead of your wounds. He was decent with a crossbow, though, using it to fire at food. One day, a traveling group came to his town. He sparked a small friendship with a rogue known as Gamora. When asked if he would like to join the group because of his language skills, he quite literally said, "I've got nothing better to do," shrugging his shoulders and going with them. When they reached their destination, Argo discovered what the group was sent to kill: a large possessed bullywog. The cave the beast was located in was dark, but they could still see. The group was losing their fight when Gamora made the cave so dark that the group couldn't see anything. They defeated the creature, but with the light off. They kept attacking the beast's body. When they were finished, there was nothing left of the creature. Argo had landed the final blow, and unbeknownst to him, some of what possessed the creature seeped into his skin. The group claimed their reward. Argo got a small amount of gold, with him being the newest member. Then they traveled to their next location. All the while, they argued. The group spent so long arguing that they argued for more than a day. Even when killing orcs, they argued. Argo got a short sword and a rat tail from the conquest. When they reached their location, the group was still arguing. Argo became very bored and flipped a coin. He made his decision and slit his wrist and died. The group didn't even notice he was dead for a week. Gamora looted him and buried him in a shallow grave. She actually had a fleeting feeling of guilt because if she hadn't convinced him to come with them, Argo would still be alive. Normally, that would be where his story would end. But he wasn't that lucky. Argo found himself in the underworld. After being tricked by a demon whose name was too hard for Argo to pronounce, Argo returned to the land of the living. But not as a mighty dragonborn. He was now a frail, weak human male. His skin was still red, and now instead of black spots and spikes, he had black hair. He was blind in his right eye, which would ooze gas from time to time. He walked naked in the forest with no memories or clues what he was doing. He dreamed one night that a black squirrel, which he could talk to, brought him all black clothes. When he awoke, the black squirrel was there, and Argo was dressed. He also had one memory. Inside the cave, Argo found Gamora in the dark and yelled at her, saying that she could turn the light back on because the creature was dead. She refused, and he went back to the others. He remembered Gamora's face, and he could now say one phrase in human. Girl afraid of the light. He now travels the lands looking for this girl in his dreams. He carries with him a red blade made from the bones of his dragonborn body. He knows this because in a dream the squirrel brought it to him and told him so. The animal appears to him every now and again in the waking world. Most people he encounters believes it is a pet or a familiar. In reality, it is the demon that brought Argo back to life for his own evil uses. The demon has no name of its own, but when Argo becomes too weak to fight, half health, his other eye turns black, and the demon takes control of Argo. The only thing that can bring back Argo, besides a long rest, is to say his name backwards, Orgra. When Argo changes, he says this, making some believe it could be the demon's name. To those who knew him, or fellow Dragonborns, if they roll a high wisdom check, they will be able to see a glowing aura around him in the shape of a Dragonborn. It appears as if a large red smoke is towering over the boy. And Argo's story is still unfolding. Not really. To go into the perspective of this story, I played Dungeons and Dragons because the girl I liked wanted to play it. She was trying to get everybody that she knew to play with her. because she wanted to have I guess, a bigger party or some reason. I don't know. So I joined in. I chose the Dragonborn guy, and Argo was my favorite movie at the time. And I thought it was a nice name, so I picked it. I played 2 sessions. I missed a session because I had to work one night. My schedule was on, off, on, off, on, off at the time. So that's why I decided that my character would have been cursed. So that means he was off sleeping somewhere while they were having their fun for that day, and then he randomly disappeared again. That's how that story got onto it. And then the second day I came to play with them, they had like 20 people in the group, and they spent so much time arguing about the rules and what they were doing that I literally watched the entirety of the Green Mile on AMC on my phone, sitting in front of me. The sound was off, obviously, with the subtitles. And actually, the sound was very soft at one point because I took my earphones out and put one ear in so I could still hear what was going on with the group. I had one roll, and then I watched the entire effing movie. Not even kidding. By the time the movie's credits were rolling, there was a couple more people rolling before me, and then it was my turn to roll. I had my character kill himself so I could leave and not come back, so it wouldn't affect the story. Because if my character dies, it doesn't affect the story anymore. Well, that upset my friend, and to make it up to her, I had my character. I played a solo mission with one of the people with a DM online, and took all the rules from that thing. So obviously he was cursed, and brought him back to life. The demon had him trade that he was no longer human, that he had no longer be Dragonborn, because the only thing he really cared about, because he didn't really have much of a life to begin with. Because obviously he doesn't have his crossbow anymore or his sword, because Gamora took those and his gold, so his body was just rotting in the ground. So if she ever wanted me to come back and play with her, because Wuhan happened actually, what happened with her was she got a new job, so she couldn't go play with them anymore. Then Wuhan happened, and woohoo, whoopsie, the world shut down. Because I did play again with her with a single-player game I bought at Target for us to play with, and we got one session in, and then I had to leave to come to work. And then Wuhan happened. So that's my little tale of Argo and Dungeons and Dragons. I have my other one of the Sorcerer Human Getaway that can also be played that I might decide to bring to life, though his story kind of stopped in the middle. Same as this one, his was really in the middle. They defeated the Scimitar. That was the first quest, and that was it. That's as far as we got, was the first quest. And if I'm being honest, I don't remember my friend's character's name. So even because I wrote a prequel to the story while I was sitting at work one night about how our characters met, because we kind of left that out. It's just, they were already friends traveling together. And I just used her actual real name instead of her character name in brackets, so I could just go back and hit Control F, write that in, and put in the character name if she ever told me it. So, thanks for watching. You might probably think nobody actually did, because no one watches this channel, because this channel kind of is dead in reality. I only got maybe 10 views. So, if you actually did watch, thanks for watching, and have a good one.